Good evening, everyone. Curry College Chief for the Forecaster, Joe Shaka. Sit back, relax. We got about 30 images, believe it or not, here that we need to go through because this is going to really be a very high impact storm. We have severe weather, we have heavy rain, we got wind, we have flooding, we have snowfall in places. So this is a really wild system. We're going to take a look a little bit more in detail than usual about why this is a very complex system to forecast, especially getting further north. So anyway, here's the SPC outlook for tonight. You can see the enhanced risk with severe thunderstorms in obviously the southern states here, Alabama, Louisiana, and you can see the slight risk extending further along. Here's tomorrow's outlook for Saturday. Tomorrow, Saturday, what is tomorrow? The 21st of January. You can see the areas of enhanced risk. And I would not be surprised if there is a moderate risk that pops up in this between now and tomorrow. When this is updated again, and the threat continues into Sunday, and Sunday could be the real impressive day. Seeing the forecast guidance, there could be a moderate risk again in Florida as squall line is going to come develop tomorrow, come across the Gulf, and then obviously into Florida Sunday evening and early Monday. And I was talking. We used to have a place down in Newport Richey in Tampa Bay, and there's going to be, we don't anymore, but there's going to be very strong winds, and I found this quite fascinating. There's going to be very strong winds coming up out of the south, and there's possibly going to be some splashover and some minor, if you will, bay flooding, or certainly, definitely I think some splashover in Tampa Bay Sunday and Sunday night with the strong south wind coming into the bay and gusting 50-55 knots maybe, with this convection coming through. So this, I think Sunday could be quite a wild day along the coast, and especially in the Bay Area with this south wind event coming into the state on Sunday. So that could be something interesting to watch for in that area. And now here is the 18Z NAM. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. you could see the low here, and I was the convection that's going to be going on in all these lows. And moving on down the road, you could see tomorrow evening, and I got really wild about this. All these lows that are dancing around. I counted. I didn't really consider this one really to be the low party, but I'll show you when these are all clustered together. There's about 6 lows, and I really think it's quite amazing. So here we are Sunday. Now here's where the lows start coming together, and I started having some fun. So we have one here, which is the upper. We have one here. We have one here. We have one here. We have one here, and we have one here. That is 6 lows on the map Sunday afternoon. Sunday evening, we have one here, 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 and we have one here. Amazing, huh? Amazing. But you can see obviously where the stronger ones are up in here with the sub 990. And then here we are Monday morning. Now, what's going to happen now, this is going to be really important because now it's time to get the phasing of this whole mess together. I could get rid of some of these lows. My God, I never saw so many lows like this. Ha! My God. The ensembles, I was watching the ensembles, and they're all spread out because they don't know what to do with all these lows. But I'm going to tell you what I believe is going to happen and what the NAM says, and I believe the NAM in this case. So, when you have low pressure like this, especially when they're all close together like this in some distance, what happens is you can't when they get to a certain distance from each other, you cannot have 2 lows together regarding the strength. So let's show you what's going to go on here, and this is how this is going to get so wound up for the East Coast early next week. So we have a 989 millibar low section here. We have a 988 millibar low here. We got the 1,000 millibar low, which is going to bring the severe weather through Florida with the squall line. And we got the 1,004 millibar low here. So you can see we have 4 lows now. Before we had 6, now we got 4, right? So things are starting to combine here. We'll also take a look at this at the 500 millibar level as well. Here we are now. Look at this. Hour 57. This is 10 p.m. Sunday. And then 4 a.m. Monday. Look at that. Look at what's going to happen. We're going to get a major phase. So you can see these this 988 is going to basically ingest the 989 millibar low, which is over here in Illinois, and the 988 millibar low that's out in South Carolina, as this whole thing continues to move along, it gets ingested. So the 988 millibar low, which is here, continues to move up. And as this comes east, it gets ingested and becomes obviously the 976 millibar low here. It becomes just one main low pressure system. And then we now have to turn our attention to the blocking high that's to the north, because as you can see here, these isobars, these lines here of constant pressure, you can see how they're really starting to get close together. So we're going to really start to see the winds kick up along the East Coast Sunday into Monday. Also, note closely this 997 millibar low that's sitting off the coast of Florida here. Note that's going to be quite important. So here we move into the wind, and this is what I really wanted to talk about. You can see the winds now really starting to increase here with the whole storm. This is a pretty darn big wind field. Reminds me of Sandy, you know that? Remember Sandy? We had this massive wind field that took up like almost this entire realty. Looks like Sandy again, but it's not. And 4 a.m. Monday, so you can see the wind. Now again, pay attention to this low off the Florida coast, because look what happens when this tries to get going, is that this is going to come up, and this is still going to adjust. It's been adjusting all day, really, for Monday. But again, you got the 976 millibar low here. Then another one pops off and kind of, let's get, if you will, enhances some of the wind. And you still have this riding up. Then you come to this, and this is still here, and you got 979, 993, 989, 997, 1001, 1002. And very interesting, for some reason, there's a 1079 millibar high, which is probably the 1029 millibar high, but there's a no, that is 1029. That is not 79. I thought it was 79, but no, it's 1029. But again, you can see the what the threat is with this. You can see the tremendous wind that's going to be coming in to the coast here. This is a tropical. This yellow here is a tropical storm force sustained wind, and I mean, look at this: New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the Delmarva, and look at this look at this Long Island, absolutely getting literally hammered with wind. Sustained almost 50 knots in here. Absolutely insane. There's a little bit of a brown here. Let me try to zoom in here on this. There we are. You can see the brown there. That is a 50 knot sustained wind in that very small area. But again, this is a very, very big wind event coming for these, when these really get going together. Now, there is some possibility that this doesn't get as strong, or the lows don't get all hooked together correctly and the wind's not as strong. But still, with this 1030 millibar high up here, this is going to be this is a very strong signal for some very strong winds. Then things get a little ambiguous here. I'm not so sure what's going to go on with this in neither of the models, but what, according to the NAM, and we'll go with it right for now, is this low hangs back, this part comes out, enhances the wind even further for the New England, and it's really these two game players now that we'll focus on. And then here's the close-up Monday night of New England. You can see the 987 millibar low sitting here, and obviously the 993 off the coast. But again, the high and all this amazing wind that's going to be coming in off the water. So again, this is a very, very, if you will, wild situation. There's going to be not much snow. There's going to be a lot of rain with this. The snow being northern New England, and there won't be much of it, less than 8-9 inches. But this is going to be a wild situation, definitely for people along the coast Monday and Tuesday. Now, here we are with the 500 millibar. You can see the relative vorticity. Here comes the upper feature. Here comes this feature. Here comes this feature. Here comes this feature. Here comes this. You can see how it's starting to get organized together at the 500 millibar height. Now it's time to dig. Now it's time to really dig. This is going to be responsible for the severe weather we're going to see in Florida on Sunday afternoon, as this becomes extremely negatively tilted. Sunday night. 03 Monday, you can see the Vort Max here really deepening as this whole low is starting to crank up. Here we are now. It's a closed off low at 500 millibars. You can see the Vort Max right over the Ohio Valley there. And then Monday evening looks like that, and Tuesday looks like that. Now, it's still possible that this could really get more phased together and could be a bigger storm. We'll just have to see what future runs do. Again, we're still several days out, so there will be changes in this. You can see the 200 millibar jet stream, very favorable of powering up a big storm for us here in southern New England. Here's the WPC, the Weather Prediction Center surface map for day 3. You can see they have a 988 millibar low here, and then they moved that up into New England for Tuesday, the 24th of January. And then here is the rainfall from the Weather Prediction Center. I believe this is my last map of this. Yes, this is the last map right here. Finally, we're almost 11 minutes into this, believe it or not. Now, here's the total precipitation. You can see the heavy rainfall, obviously, here. 2.5 inches of rain, almost 3 inches of rain. So, again, this is good news, obviously, for the drought areas. We have a lot of drought still in southern New England, the mid-Atlantic. You know, we've got dry areas here. So, this rain is good. It is going to help on the drought. But overall, this is a high-impact storm, and we will continue to see changes in the forecast as we get closer. So make sure you stay tuned on YouTube, and also follow me on Twitter at StormChaserJS. I have a lot of great stuff out on Twitter. So thank you for watching.